What up, everyone? So, this has been something I've been thinking about for a while now, especially the last few days. And as you can see, hey, Mally girl! Look at my sweet little cat. As you can see, I've made some notes about it, which I've never done for a video, but this is a super important topic and I don't want to leave anything out. And it also has to follow a specific format. It has to flow a certain way in order for you to understand it best. And it took me some time to really figure it out. Baby girl, your mom loves you. I'm sorry. Okay, blood over intent. That's what we're talking about today. What is blood over intent? Blood over intent is essentially writing your intention on a piece of paper, something like I intend to bring heaven on earth. I intend to love all, worship all, and exclude none. Something like that. Basically, I intend to bring heaven on earth. And you're supposed to write that on a piece of paper and draw some blood, prick your finger, and place some blood on that piece of paper. Then you were supposed to publish it to the internet. You're supposed to publish it to the internet because the internet is a tool for all eyes to see, and they say this has more power, it enhances it. They say that 144,000 people need to do this. That's where the number comes from, allegedly. They say once we reach that number, we will break free of bondage. And it's become a concept that has, I don't want to say taken over the truth community, but it's a little prevalent and people are talking about it. There's not a lot on the internet about it to counter it. And I think there's a lot of disinformation out there. So I just want to get some shit straight. Excuse me. Okay. So, blood over intent. We live in Set's realm. This is Satan's realm. This world was given to Satan to deceive God's children, to deceive and tempt. We are living in a spiritual battle. This is all a test. This is all a test of your spirit in order to prevail, in order to grow, in order to ascend. This is a battle, and there are so many obstacles put in place for us. Because this is Set's realm. And just like it said in the Bible, I'm not a huge Bible thumper, but just like it said in the Bible, God, what was that quote? But he was betting the Lord, the Most High, that he can sway his children. And that's the ongoing bet. And we're seeing more things implemented, because technology is increasing and connecting with people is getting easier and finding information is getting easier. So in turn, more disinformation is being peddled out. Blood over intent, I think, is a trap. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I want to follow everything. But we're living in the inverted world. We need to get to the other side. We need to get to the land of the living waters. And, I'm sorry, I hear the TV. It was distracting me. I'm like, what is that? But yeah, we need to get to the land of the living waters. I don't think we need to bring heaven on earth. I think we need to ascend past this earth. Blood is very powerful. There's no doubt about that. That's one thing I completely agree with. Blood, our blood, your blood. Your blood holds your DNA. It holds the blueprint of you. It holds the essence of you. It is very powerful. We don't need to shed it. We don't need to drop it on a piece of paper to let the Most High know our intention. There's no need for that. Our blood should stay in our body. I don't think placing it on Set's realm will do you any good. We're already bound and hexed here. Blood is very powerful. That's why crazy ass elitists drink it and harvest it, and it keeps them youthful. And there's something to it. There's something that they want from it. And the righteous blood is even better, And I don't know. We just have to consider that. We have to consider that. You have a soul, you have a spirit, you have a mind. All of these things you can connect to the Most High with. You don't need to let him know your intention by dropping your blood on a piece of paper. He already knows your intention. He knows everything. He is everything. You don't need to let him know how you feel by doing some weird blood shit and posting it on the internet. And, I'm not bashing anyone who does that. I'm sorry for even wording it like that. But just answer me this, though. When the Most High knows everything and he knows where your heart is, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to make that clear? All we need to do is stand together and awaken, and we will break free from this bondage. The only thing keeping us here is an illusion. This is a faux construct. This is not real reality. This is a veil placed over us. It's all an illusion. It is orchestrated by the Archons. The Archons are the Nephilim. The Nephilim are the fallen angels in the sky. There are good and bad watchers. I just want to make that clear. But, like I said, this is Set's realm. Set's minions are doing the dirty work. We need to understand that. Another thing we need to understand is disinformation is a really big thing right now. We're talking about the awakening, and that is happening. It's accelerating. Our DNA is changing. Information is rapidly hitting everywhere across the world, and it's amazing. It is so moving. I'm super, super humbled to be living right now. So with that being said, disinformation is peddled out at a huge rate as well. Disinformation exists on a lot of levels. Lower disinformation, like, the fake stream media, is just all complete fake bullshit peddled out to the sheeple, and they absorb it and they don't think anything of it. Then there's higher levels of disinformation that, I guess, like Alex Jones. Alex Jones does speak a lot of truth, and he has red-pilled a lot of people. He also was a pioneer in this truth movement. I'm not going to discredit him in that way, but Alex Jones is a shill. He's a agent. He's a disinfo agent. Okay, there are some things he doesn't talk about. What he does is he wants to gain a following by speaking a lot of captivating truth that's not being shared. And this brings people in. This is how they do it in the truth community. This is how they do it to the righteous people, the people seeking an answer. And I don't want to name any names at all, but there was a couple people back in the day, and they're still around, and they were speaking a lot of truth. Listen, we live in a Saturnian realm. We are enclosed by that cube of illusion, of density and illusion and manipulation. Saturnian worship, look it up if you don't know anything about it. So that is Set's realm. That is Satan's, that's how he works. Through that, through the means of Saturnian worship. And you need to look that up. I know this stuff sounds like sci-fi and crazy, but it's not. The truth is stranger than fiction. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a little bit more of my notes. Yeah, so Earth is a faux construct. This is a fake construct. We're living in an altered realm. This is not where we want to be. We want to ascend. Just remember that. Keep your heart pure. Keep close with God. Hey, Mel. Keep close with God. He knows where you are. This is all an illusion. Mass is not dense. We all know that. We are collectively observing an illusion together. And as soon as we all awaken, the more of us that do that, the quicker we're going to break this. And that is the way out. They also say something like Jesus dropping his blood for us is a sign that we need to drop our blood to get out. I don't believe that. If anything, I believe that Jesus, Yahweh's blood, placed on this earth, was an act of his selflessness for us and a deposit for us, God's children. I think the most important thing to take away from his ending is the symbology of the cross, and how the opening of the cross is, the cross is the opening of a cube. And we are living in the cube. We need to break free of the cube. We need to open the cube. The cube opened is the cross. The Bible is really symbolic, and it has a lot of hidden meaning. And you need to seek it because it's out there and it's really interesting to find. And yeah. This video is getting long. I think I've covered everything on my notes. But just remember that you have the power in you. You don't need your blood to make it happen. You just need to focus on yourself and try to be pure. Try to stay close to God. And we're going to get this. It's okay. All right, guys. Love and light.